We're back on the bench with the Dan Thompson bass, the Behemoth bass that I was having trouble with the neck last time and wondering if I should just give up. But what I've done is, and maybe I should have just done this in the first place, was I tried the neck that Dan originally sent with the guitar, which obviously fits the neck pocket beautifully. And it fits the neck pocket beautifully, even though I've adjusted it very slightly for the old neck, which is here, if you remember what happened with that. So this sits beautifully as expected, and then the bridge, which, because this is now a 24 fret, I would have to move forward. I would have to move forward to here to make it sit properly and intonate properly. And amazingly, the back holes for this position would be the front holes for the old position, so that actually lines up with those two holes. So I haven't got to do any more measuring or anything like that. All I need to do is fill these holes at the back, which I might cover with a plate or something decorative, and then screw this bridge into position, attach the neck, and once I've attached the neck, or before I attach the neck, it's a paddle headstock, so I need to come up with a headstock design. But ultimately, I wasn't clever enough to do the shorter scale neck. Well, I say shorter scale, the shorter amount of frets neck. But luckily, I've still got the original neck, and that seems to fit lovely. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to move on with building it how it was originally intended. Okay, so first port of call with the new neck is to decide on the headstock shape. I don't know whether to do a traditional Fender one or Fender style one, which I was going to do on the original neck, which is down here, or whether to do something a little bit more funky. I mean, it is an angled neck, so an angled headstock rather, so maybe do something a little bit more interesting. So see how we go. That took a lot of effort by hand. I need to buy a jigsaw, but that's the rough shape. I can sand it all and get it even, and then I need to work out where the machine head placements are going. But yeah, definitely need a jigsaw. Right then, so I've measured and measured and measured where all these holes are going to go for the machine heads. I'm going to go for a Music Man style with 3 at the top and 1 at the bottom. So let's be brave and drill some holes. So it's time to make some holes for some machine heads, which I've already marked out. I did try one of these wood bits hole saw, but it kept getting stuck and it got more and more annoying, so I've gone old school and I'm just drilling a pilot hole wood bit with a wood bit, and then using this to remount the hole until it gets to the size required. And then once this seems to fit, I can knock that in, I can move on to the next one. It's a bit time consuming, but ultimately it will be a good job. Alright, so all the holes have been reamed out to the right size, which took a long time. But there's been another problem that again is my fault, inexperience, overlooking, never done this before, whatever you want to call it, idiocy. And the problem is that when I cut the headstock, I should have cut it about 5mm longer, because these machine heads, the last one now just overhangs the end of the headstock. The headstock needed to be another 5mm or 10mm longer when I cut it. And I didn't take that into consideration when I was cutting it. So, what do I do? What do I do? Smaller machine heads, different machine heads, I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with something, because once again, I've made a mess of this neck. Neck number 2, what a shambles. Okay, so I've sanded the headstock anyway, made it all nice and clean, and got rid of all the tool marks and pencil marks. And the neck joint is beautiful, it's gone on really well. So these are little wins. I've also filled in where the bridge was, so I'll probably still cover it with something, but for the moment it was less conspicuous. So while I'm here, I'm going to get some true oil on the neck, and then we'll have a think about the way forward for this up here. What am I going to do? The old Beretta True Oil. It's lovely stuff, this. You get some on the fretboard as well. Oil up the fretboard. It's just beautiful, this stuff. It's already all over the guitar, so it's going to be a complete true oil finish. It's lovely. The reason I keep showing me making mistakes, and the reason I keep showing me failing at things and getting things wrong, is because everybody on the internet always shows you their best side, especially on YouTube. You know, they might do 10 takes of something to get it right, and you'll only see the 10th take because that was the one. Same with people who play music, same with people who do anything on YouTube. You always see the best of these people, and it's always like, wow, look how great am I. Well, actually, we're all not. We're all human. And I've said it before, you know, I think it's important to make mistakes, to fail at things, and then to learn and move forward. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is as I make a mistake, I'm trying to rectify it and move forward. So it's a big thing for me. It's a good learning curve, and it's quite therapeutic. You know, I don't have social media apart from YouTube, really. I don't have Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. So I try not to live this pretend life of look how great I am, when actually I'm not at all. We're all human. So you're going to see my mistakes and you're going to see my fixes. So hopefully the next time I'm here, which will be Christmas, we can move forward with this. We can get the machine heads on, and we can maybe start some of the wiring. But until then, this goes back in the cupboard.